En mi opinión, lo que está ocurriendo hoy en día,
In my opinion, what is happening today is not a transfer of hegemonies. It is a multiplication of poles, not only of power, but also of prosperity. And this is great news for the world, because for the first time in contemporary history, progress germinates simultaneously in many places on the planet. Places that do not resemble each other, that do not have the same culture nor the same political system, nor the same social conditions, and that do not need to ask permission from anyone to grow. This is happening here in China, in Asia, but also in the African continent, or also in a region very close to Spain, such as Latin America. That multipolarity that I describe is not a hypothesis, nor is it a desire. It is already a reality, the new reality in which the world lives. And therefore we must assume it. We cannot change it. We can only choose between denying it or embracing it. And the government of Spain and the whole of Spanish society chooses to embrace it. It does so out of realism, also out of pragmatism, and without a doubt out of responsibility. But I would like to underline that we also do it out of hope, because we think that if Spain, Europe and China knew how to prosper together in the past, there is no reason for them to make us think that we cannot do it again. Only in the last decade have we signed trade agreements with 25 countries. We have increased our imports by 80% of the so-called Global South, and we have created more than 25 million jobs outside our borders. We need China to do the same, to open up so that Europe does not have to close, to help us correct the current trade deficit we have with it. A deficit that is not balanced, which grew by 18% again only last year, and which is unsustainable for our societies in the medium and long term. And it is unsustainable because of the isolationist movements it feeds, and because of the aggravation and social pain it causes. To give you an idea, our trade deficit with China is already 74% of our country's total deficit. Therefore, I think it is important that we correct it, that we cooperate, and that we build together a globalized, balanced economy that generates shared prosperity. The great problems of the 21st century do not need a visa. They cross borders and they belong to everyone. I think, for example, of the fight against climate change, or the challenges posed by global health, the development of a responsible artificial intelligence, the control of nuclear weapons, the eradication of poverty, and the safeguarding, as I said before, of global health. These are areas in which the financing has fallen by 23% in the last year. By 23%. Without the collaboration of the great powers, and of course also China, these objectives are not difficult. They are simply unattainable. I know that China is fully aware and is doing a lot, and I celebrate it, but I think that China can do more. For example, demanding, as it is doing, that international law be fulfilled, and that conflicts in Lebanon, Iran, Gaza, in Cisjordania, and also in Ukraine. Because international law is the basis of everything. Sharing its technology with the most disadvantaged countries, condoning debt, contributing to the financing of the system by participating in exchange processes. Naturally, Europe will also have to redouble its efforts, especially now that the United States has decided to withdraw from many of these fronts.
Estados Unidos ha decidido retirarse de muchos de estos frentes.